That's one alert. There it is. There's the timer. Here we are. Live before lock, Monday, May 13th. Myself, Jake Hari, taking you all the way up until 7:05. I assume the start 7:05, not a 7:10 one. Good.
It is 7:05 Eastern time.
Perfect. This is my first time talking through the slate today. It's weird.
I know.
It's weird to start at like
These
6
Mondays
p.m.
and Thursdays for you, I'm sure, are getting a little weird, but probably not a bad weird, right?
No, I'm not upset about it at all.
The strategy show is nice though, because then you feel like you've got a day to like marinate on like what you found in the morning show.
Yeah. It gives. I like the base that it gives me.
Agreed.
So let's hit the normal stuff. Live before lock is the promo code. 50% off your first month with us. Any monthly package you choose, including packages with Fantasy Cruncher. Use the promo code live before lock, and you could take 50% off and come hang out with us. Come join into our office hours discussion. I had office hours today. We have somebody, generally speaking, every single day, depending on what's going on. Wednesday nights are usually a golf night with Ben and Jason in there. So they'll be prepping for PGA Championship this Thursday. You can get all that sort of stuff if you use the promo code live before lock and sign up.
You playing golf this week?
I am.
Me too.
Didn't go well last week, so can't get any worse.
Yeah, I saw Ben was poking some fun at you in the office hours.
Yeah, I took a beating.
Yeah.
It was fun though. Got to get better eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll have. Actually, they probably have one out right now on DK, the Mini Max. I'm sure Yahoo will have some really good tournaments.
Yeah, that's where I took the beating in the Mini Max last week.
What'd you get back?
Not all of my entry fees.
Well, yeah, I mean, you have to.
I got like half of it back.
Oh, that's not that bad.
I'm not happy about it, but that's what happens when you have very little of the guy that wins.
I didn't pay attention to golf at all last week.
And by very little, I mean absolutely zero.
Yeah, that's probably gonna hurt.
Yeah, not great. Not great. All right, so we have baseball to talk here. I think that pitching is probably the place we need to start and spend the most time because it's so weird. I looked at the slate before I started, putting all my data together, and I was like, okay, I'll probably have some interest in Robbie Ray, some interest in Berrios, probably a little in Nola. Turns out I have no interest in Robbie Ray. I have no interest in Berrios, and I'm probably going to end up having many multiples of the field on Brad Peacock. So,
goodness,
who is your favorite starter today?
I think Ray is actually my favorite starter. I just was looking at the numbers this morning and last night, and I brought it up to Adam this morning. Like their numbers in every category are bottom two versus lefties as far as K percentage, on base percentage, ISO, WRC plus, I believe WOBA as well. They're just really, really, really bad against lefties so far. I mean, it's under 300 plate appearances. So, still a small sample, but not insignificant at all. And Ray's just got crazy strikeout stuff. So he's going to be one of the chalkier pitchers, but that's the guy I think I'm playing the most of across the three sites.
Well, we are going to have very different days. I know for sure I will not have more than, say, 2% of him on DraftKings.
Why?
He grades out as like my fifth best pitcher, dollar for dollar on DK. He's tied for fourth maybe on FanDuel. I really don't expect to have more than a couple percentage points of Ray today.
How is he not your best value or like a top two value on FanDuel?
I'd rather have Bieber. I'd rather have Nola. I'd rather have Peacock. And I can flip a coin on Kikuchi.
Wow. Kikuchi?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Well, you must just think Ray sucks then.
I think that the Pirates are not a great matchup.
Well, what about what I just said suggests that they're not a good matchup?
I'm gonna need a little bit bigger of a sample size for sure.
Let's go back to the start of 2018. I haven't even looked at these, but I'll look it up.
Active honestly, the biggest issue for me for Robbie Ray is the fact that he just simply can't go deep into games. And I have a little bit of respect for this Pirates lineup. Like, the dream scenario here is that Ray goes 6 innings, I guess. The most likely scenario is that he doesn't. And I think that's a little limiting. You need to thread a really I've been saying this a lot, but like, you got to thread a really tiny needle when you don't have a guy that naturally goes deep into games. It's the part of it's why guys like Max Scherzer look fantastic almost every start, because I mean, he goes 7 like it's nothing. 8 is like normal. Ray does not sniff like outside of the 6th inning all that often, if ever. And like, I have him going for 5.6 innings today. He just doesn't put enough up for me, especially when he's at 50% ownership on Yahoo, 24 on FanDuel, which is way more reasonable because of the price. 30% on DK, like he's easily going to be my biggest fade.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. They're much better going back to last season against lefties. The Pirates are. When you look at the active roster, so maybe just a slow start for all 9 guys, but yeah, it's probably somewhere in the middle. I don't think they're gonna expect to have a 116 WRC plus, or no, I guess 85. I was looking at the wrong team. Tigers had a 116 WRC plus. They had an 85 WRC plus, 23% K rate. That's right around average. I mean, they haven't shown any power, any of these guys, since the start of 2018 against lefties. I mean, I should say any of these guys, the team as a whole, the active roster. So I don't know. So the thing on DK with Ray is if you play him, then you're going to end up on a lot of these chalky bats. And the only problem with that is, for me and for Alex, a lot of these chalkier bats, Cleveland and Detroit especially, those would be the bats you probably end up on more times than not when you include Ray.
Yeah.
And those are 2 of the teams we have as being overowned right now compared to their chances of being the top stack. So that would be the reason to fade Ray. I'm still able to get to him and get quality lineups. So I'm a lot closer to the field than you're going to be, it sounds like.
Speaking of quality lineups, Pirates lineup just came out.
All right. Well, there we go. We got all the lineups. How about that?
Belly, Newman, Tucker. So I think it's what we thought it was going to be. No, it's not. It's a little different. Let's see if this changes anything for me. I'll input this new Pirates lineup, and I'll see if anybody moves in my projection.
So who's out of it?
Gong is not in it. I had him in from earlier.
Reynolds is in it?
I had Reynolds in.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Okay.
Ultimately, what I had no longer matters because now this is the only fact. But I'm going to dump this in here. I'll refresh, and I'll let you know what that does to the outlook for Ray. My guess is that he looks better, but let's see. If I refresh right now on the new lineup, Robbie Ray goes from a 5.5% chance of reaching his target score on DK to a 4.8. So I like him less.
You like him less?
I like him less now than I did 90 seconds ago. Now, it's a marginal change. It's not like suddenly like it's very little in the percentage point stuff, but he actually went down in projection based on that lineup.
All right, I'm interested to see where Alex's projections have him when they update.
Yeah, Melky in the 3-hole, a lot better against lefties. Does not strike out. That's not great for Robbie Ray. Not that I think Melky Cabrera is like any good, but I don't need him to like. I'm not expecting him to hit dongs. I don't want the Pirates. I just simply don't think that this is as good of a strikeout matchup as a 30% ownership represents.
Okay. I mean, Ray is a fantastic strikeout pitcher, though, even in limited innings. So, I get your thing about him going 6. And, yeah, he's not Max Scherzer. He's not going to go 7 innings and 7+ innings every time out. But in the starts where he has not reached 6 innings, he has 10 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, 7 strikeouts, and 11 strikeouts. So it's not like he can't be efficient in those. So I guess for me, it's just I have him projected around those guys, and he's getting owned around those guys. So there's not a huge difference between a lot of them. I mean, on DraftKings, I think it's probably your best bet if you do want to fade him, though, because of the price and what you're basically forced to put in your lineups compared to like a Brad Peacock who saves you $1,500.
So I'm assuming you're not getting to a lot of Bieber.
Correct.
That makes sense.
FanDuel. Actually, no. That's a lie. I'm getting to Bieber on DK some.
Okay.
Actually, quite a bit of Bieber on my dummy crunch. Not much on FanDuel because I have Ray as a better play and he's cheaper. So
ownership is now updated, which means it is 6:14, and we have all of the information we need. That makes me feel good.
Is this the earliest we've ever had all of this?
Probably.
I can't remember it. We're always waiting on one or two.
Yeah. So I can start running crunches right now, which...
Dude, this is exciting.
I know. I like getting my work done early.
Has Fantasy Cruncher updated the lineups, though?
I don't know. Does that matter?
I mean, unless you're going to X out the guys that they have.
So when I upload my projections, I just select my pool. So that never really matters to me.
What do you mean you select your pool?
So like I just copy in all of the guys that are playing. So when I paste in my projections, I hit the drop down, go to check the box for my projection. So it only checks the boxes of guys that I uploaded.
Oh, okay. So you uncheck everyone?
Essentially, yeah.
So you uncheck everyone first? Because I do that too, but fantasy, like, doesn't it default to FC's projection?
Yeah. So I delete everything out, upload projections. I'm doing this on the screen right now, so everyone else can see what I'm doing. I delete all my old projections. I upload my current projections, which apparently I didn't do. There we go. Upload projections. Since we clearly have enough time to talk about this. And then I hit the drop down that allows you to like check all or check none. I hit the my projections one, so that'll only check the boxes of everybody that I just uploaded. And then instead of selecting the all 120, I switched to my pool.
I completely forgot that existed, honestly. Yeah. I forgot the drop down. Like, I usually just uncheck all, or I mean, I check all and then just take the guys out that are 0% owned. So you're saving me like 30 seconds, which is nice of you.
Yeah, it's just like it's so ingrained in my head now that I don't even really think about it anymore. It just is what I do. Kind of crazy. Okay, so talk to me about the rest of pitching. What's standing out for you? Are you using anybody as a pay down option? Anything interesting that's sort of off the beaten path?
I'm getting to more Kikuchi than I expected this morning with Adam. He's not a guy that I'm necessarily in love with from like a analytics perspective, but he does. I mean, he's a fine pitcher. He's had spikes in a couple of these starts when they're not doing this weird thing where they're only letting him pitch one inning.
Yeah,
once a month.
That's interesting to me. I don't know what to make of it, but seems like a interesting strategy.
I only found out about that the day he first.
The first day it happened. Yeah, same.
No clue. I don't know what that's about. So I don't know. I mean, it's worked since. So he's got 31 and 23 DK points since. But I don't know. I mean, you're getting some leverage on some of these Oakland bats who we also have as one of the stacks that's going a little bit overowned, right? Actually, the most overowned on DraftKings, according to the top stack article.
Oakland's the most overowned?
Just like percentage-wise, like percentage, their ownership percentage compared to the top stack percentage.
Yeah, that makes some sense to me. I have them in the middle of the pack. Basically, I have 6 teams that look good and 6 teams that don't. And they're the last of the 6 teams that do look good. So that's where I stand on Oakland.
Okay.
Not particularly fond of them. Don't anticipate getting a ton. It's a really weird slate. It's just like pitching seems off somehow, but I can't really figure it out. The only thing that stands out to me from an offense perspective is the Indians, but they're also the Chalks, so it's not as if I'm saying something that's like super interesting. people are all looking at the exact same thing as I am. So I'm really anxious to see what my crunches look like after I finish them off and sort, because this can go a lot of different directions, and I'm not really confident in which one I like.
So we have actually Cleveland as the most overowned stack on FanDuel and Yahoo, whereas on DK they're right about where they should be compared to their top stack percentage. So DK is the place to play them, I think.
Yeah.
And what I've done the last few slates is just X out, as I think I talked about this on Friday, and it worked. So I'm gonna try this out for a few more slates and see how it works. Is just I basically cross off the stacks that we deem overowned in the main stack column. I'll still leave them as 3 and 4 mans, depending on what kind of lineups I'm running. But I don't know. It just makes a lot of sense to me. And I've just been trying to use this top stack percentage article as part of my process, because Alex isn't putting it out there for no reason. He obviously uses this, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to use it while playing at lower stakes.
No, I like that a lot. I'm nervous about the Indians because they grade out so much better than every other team that I think that I'm going to be running with the chalk today. But because I think my pitching exposure is going to be, at least a little bit different than others. I don't really know what my construction is going to look like, because I think I'm going to have a lot more money than most people.
Leave some dough on the table.
Well, that I will definitely be doing.
Yeah.
I generally do. I'll usually have a couple lineups that are like 5,800 on FanDuel, or 58,000 on FanDuel. I don't mind leaving like 2 or 3 on the table if I'm playing 150.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
It just doesn't matter. Correlation matters more. Ownership matters more than playing the best projected stack. I mean, Alex even says it in the MLB primer. Like, you shouldn't just blanket play the best projected lineups. Anybody can do that.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's one thing in basketball where you're upgrading to like a different level of player, but in baseball, you could leave that money on the table because it's an opportunity-based event and not just like a skill. To leave like $3,000 in basketball is really crazy. That's the difference between having like a 3K guy and a 6K guy. Those guys play dramatically different roles, generally speaking.
Mm-hmm.
But in baseball, I don't mind at all. All right, FanDuel Crunch in. DraftKings Crunch in. It is 6:21, and I'm like, done.
What's your FanDuel Crunch looking like?
All right, let's take a look at it right now. FanDuel Crunch is in. Ownership on pitchers. 19% Bieber, 28% Nola, 8% Ray, 23% Peacock, 14% Kikuchi, 7% Freddie Peralta.
Okay. We're going to be pretty flipped on the some of those ownerships on FanDuel.
I have a massive amount of the Indians on FanDuel, which makes me nervous. But they grade out just so much better than everybody else. It's really hard for me to ignore.
I'll have them in 3 mans, like I said.
Yeah.
I will not have them in 4 mans. Or no, I'm sorry. I'll have them in some 4 mans when I run 4-4. But they're going to be 3 and 2 man one-offs. I'm sure I'll get Ramirez and Lindor.
My top stacks on FanDuel: Indians, Astros. And I have like double the field on the Phillies, double the field on the Brewers. Most of that Brewers exposure is going to Travis Shaw and Moose Tacos.
Did you say that was on FanDuel?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
My biggest fade is the Diamondbacks, who are the second chalkiest team on FanDuel, and they have the fourth least amount of ownership for me. I essentially don't have them.
They're much, much cheaper on FanDuel, relatively.
Yeah, I basically don't have them at all.
Yeah.
I have more. Oh, I have double the field on the Pirates, so doubling down on that Robbie Ray take, apparently. On DK, pitching exposure is all going to 4 guys. 53% Nola, 58% Bieber, 37% Peacock, 31% Kikuchi. I have 1% Robbie Ray and 0 Berrios.
Did you get any Boyd, Peralta, Reynaldo, any of those guys? 8%
Peralta, 6% Kingham. I don't have anybody more than 2 or 3% basically. I have 180%, 90% of my ownership is going to Nola, Bieber, Peacock, Kikuchi. So, yeah. Indians are my highest owned stack on DK. I'm double the field. I'm more than double the field on the Phillies. And then the A's and Angels are my 3 and my 4. And I have 1/3 the field of the Twins. Basically no Diamondbacks, no Mariners. Gonna be a weird one. Told you, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what to make of this slate.
Where did you end up on Indians?
Double the field on DK, basically.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's a lot, man.
That's hard to double the field.
They're just like, it'll be on the bottom of the order, I'm sure. Like, I've 10% Jordan Luplow, 13% Plawecki. I mean, I'm basically double on everybody except for Kipnis, since he's pretty choppy. And Kipnis and Ramirez, and that's fine by me.
So you're playing a ton of Indians, but you're not playing you're not above on the 2 and the 5 hitter?
Well, I mean, I have more than the field of Kipnis and more than the field on Ramirez, but like those are guys that are getting a lot of ownership. So, to be double is a lot harder.
I gotcha.
But, most of my spread comes from the guys that don't get the ownership.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just massive amounts of Cleveland. So let's hope that one goes well. Otherwise, I'm pulling for the Phillies pretty aggressively, which I'm also pretty fine with.
I'm actually over on Reynaldo.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah.
How over?
On DK, I was at 16%. I'm running my actual ones now, but yeah, it's going to be 16, 20%, somewhere around there. So we're just on the exact opposite side tonight, which is going to be fun. Someone will bank and someone will shed tears at the end of the night. Or I guess you'll be sleeping regardless. So.
I'll give you your mini max fees back when I win today.
You didn't win over the weekend?
I actually didn't play a single contest Saturday or Sunday.
I did not play yesterday. So
the father-in-law was in town Saturday. We went to go look at a house again, so I just knew I wasn't going to be around. And then yesterday was final day of the Premier League. I was not playing any MLB content.
You're looking for a new house?
Yeah, always looking.
Nice. Grass is always greener. Oh yeah, we talked about this off stream, I think, a little bit.
Yeah. It's the third time we've gone to see it now. So,
things are getting serious. Third date.
Man, to think about something like that. I haven't been on a third date with someone in maybe ever. Just became a wife, and that was it.
Me either. I haven't been on a third date in forever either.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even go on an anniversary dinner. We just had some cocktails.
Sounds better.
Okay, so what are you doing with the Twins on DK, since they're the second most owned stack right now, and I barely have them, so I'm intrigued to see what you're doing. I'm guessing you're playing a lot of them since it's opposite day here for the two of us.
Not a lot. They're just, I like the idea of getting to some Twins bats here against Skaggs. I just have a bunch of stacks that grade out better and ones that you can get a lot more leverage on. So I'll get like 3 to 5% Twins main stacks,
okay,
and whatever they come up with for 4-mans and stuff, or 4 and 3-mans. But it's not like they're one of my top stacks. We also have them being pretty over-owned. So actually, they'll actually not be main stacks for me. I think I just unchecked them. Yeah, I did.
Okay. So. Yeah, like I said, I don't have much of them. They grade out really bad for me. They're actually, like, ignoring everything else, they are 9th of 12 teams, just dollar for dollar. I'm very surprised to see their ownership. Any thoughts as to what's driving that so high?
I mean, implied total near 5. Sure. There's not a lot of high implied totals. They're second on the slate?
Yeah.
So, or no, I guess they're third now. Houston's has gone up a bit. Marwin is super cheap. Like Garver leading off, but he's 4,700 on DK. Yeah, honestly, the more I look at it, the more I agree with them being a little bit overowned. So, I mean, I'll play the Twins whenever I can, but like no Nelson Cruz is huge for me. That makes that lineup look not as intriguing.
Right. Yeah. I'm not sure I get it.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think of Skaggs as a pitcher? Not necessarily like what's your exposure or anything, but like, he's someone that you think that should be targeted so aggressively?
No, he's just like, it's just the nature of the slate. Like, no one wants to. Not many people are going to want to pick on Ray. Not many people are going to want to pick on Bieber. Not many people are going to pick on Barrios. Not many people are going to want to pick on Peacock. Well, actually, some people are picking on Peacock.
Yeah.
Same thing with Nola. So, like, where do you go after that?
I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's really it. It's just the slate. If there were a few more teams that were priced up, with around the same implied total, you wouldn't be seeing nearly the time of or the amount of ownership. But yeah, it's just like process of elimination for people. It sounds like.
Oh man, I'm either gonna look like a genius today or real dumb. And I'd say that from time to time, but today's one of those days where I'm really flying in the face of a lot of what's moving forward. Other than the Indians, that's the spot where I'm going, pretty bonkers in the other direction.
Yeah, you really are. You really are.
Yeah, I didn't know that John Means pitched yesterday. How did John Means do yesterday?
I don't know. I didn't play.
No, I have no idea.
We didn't get tweeted about either one of us, right? So I'm sure that he was completely average.
Yeah, that's a great point. He certainly wasn't anything special because no one let me know about it. You know what time it is?
I believe it is dong pick time.
It is dong pick time. You are spot on. Let's pull up the sheet, see where we stand. I mean, I know where I stand, clearly. Just the top of everything, always. Let's see. I assume Chris did not get a home run for Nelson Cruz on Saturday, or he certainly would have updated it. And I'm going to assume that EMAC didn't get a home run from George Springer, but someone can tell me differently. As of right now, I've got 7.
Wait, last night?
Saturday.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say Springer double dogged yesterday.
No, did he really?
Yeah.
I'm glad that wasn't Saturday then. Okay. I've got 7. EMAC has 6. Chris has 4. Jake also. No, I read that wrong. You have 3.
Yeah.
Bad.
It's all good.
You want to go first, or do you want me to do it?
You go first. I haven't yet found mine.
Okay. Model is on the screen right now for everybody. I don't know if Greg Massey is trolling us or not, but he's saying that Means pitched a complete game 1-run outing yesterday. So
there's no way.
I'll never even look it up.
I'll look it up.
Okay, if I'm gonna make my home run pick, I'm going to stick with my aggressive Indian stance, but I'm going to take someone that I don't think would be a normal selection. Give me Carlos Santana. And then I'm going to listen to an incredible amount of Carlos Santana tonight. A lot of him and Rob Thomas. No, not a big Matchbox 20 guy, Jake.
There's I know the reference, Rob Thomas from Matchbox 20. Let's see how far we come. No, but there's actually a guy in the Blues named Robert Thomas. So I just was looking at his name in Excel actually today.
Okay.
Means 6 innings, 4 strikeouts, 1 earned run. He got the win. He didn't pitch a complete game. Shut up.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks a lot, Greg Massey, for giving terrible, terrible information that can easily be fact checked.
David Peralta for Brett, it sounds like.
Okay.
For me, I want to pick Bryce, but I've picked him 14 times. So I will take. I think Peralta's getting lit up tonight. I'll take Rhys Hoskins.
Rhys Hoskins, number 4 in the model.
Yeah, I love it.
Better than mine. It's the best one of the day so far.
I also didn't want to steal Adams of Yonder Alonso. I really, really like that one as well.
You're allowed to do that.
No. He picked him. I don't want to ride his coattails.
All right, Carlos Santana in for me. Jake taking Rhys Hoskins. Unfortunately, I like that pick. So now I just well, at least on FanDuel I don't have much of him. On DK I know I do, so I can cheer for it at least a little bit.
I don't have a ton of him on DK, but I still think he's gonna dong.
How much do you have on DraftKings right now?
7%.
Okay, I have 15.
But I do have Phillies are my number 2 stack on DK. This is really weird.
So we have the same number 2 stack on DraftKings. That's good.
Phillies?
Yep.
Yeah. My number 1. You want to take a guess?
Your number 1 stack?
Yes.
Sure. Brewers?
That is correct. The Brewers.
By the way, that's a hell of a guess for me.
That is a very good guess. Did I share my screen with you or something?
You did not. Just, they stand out. Big power. You're Yelich truther. That's a weird way to put it. He's just fantastic.
I'll take Yelich truther. I am definitely one of those. No one else can have that. I am the Christian Yelich truther. But no, I mean, it's just that, just goes to show how much leverage can boost your top lineups when you account for it. Yeah. So Nola, I think he's still the highest owned pitcher on the slate, right?
I assume he is.
Right.
If not, it's all the same basically. Yeah, he's 37, Bieber's 34. They're the same.
Yeah, and the White Sox are actually my number 3.
Okay, so we're running in different directions there because I literally don't have a share of White Sox on DraftKings.
So, but here's my pitcher exposures: Ray 44, Bieber 40, Nola 36, Peacock 36. So I need that to be volatile in some way. Those two.
Sure.
I mean, I would like one of those to be volatile. So I'm just planning on baseball to baseball, basically.
EMAC popping in Dan Vogelbach for tonight.
Oh, my boy.
Vogelbach coming in 25th in the model.
Someone just tweeted at us Vogelbach like 14 seconds ago, right as you said that. So
yeah.
Maybe it's EMAC's burner.
EMAC's stealing it from Troy Rapson.
Yeah.
All right, EMAC is on for Vogelbach. T. McBee going with Encarnacion.
T. McBee's been here forever.
T. McBee, OG.
He really is. Was he back in the Reddit days with you?
I'll be honest, I can't keep tabs any longer. Okay. I don't remember anything about 2 years ago. I barely remember yesterday.
You're not that.
My memory is shot.
You're not that old.
No, but my memory is still shot. Wow, so you have a lot of White Sox bats, and I literally have 0.
Yeah, I'm about to get in this third mini max too.
I have a full 0 straight down the line on White Sox on DK. Do I have them on FanDuel at all? No. I have 3% Yolmer Sanchez, and that's it. That's all of my White Sox exposure. So I am really, really cheering against the White Sox.
No kidding, man. Jake Bauer's dong. I like that.
You just like it because his name's Jake.
No. I don't really care about that.
You're a homer for people named Jake.
Yeah, that is true. Jake Arrieta, everyone knows is my favorite pitcher.
I literally can't think of a player named Josh Bell, I guess.
Josh Bell.
Do I have any Josh Bell today? Do I need to cheer for my name?
Namesake?
I have 7% Josh Bell on FanDuel, 3% on DK. Man, I have no Diamondbacks. Whew. They are really getting a lot of ownership on FanDuel too, man. 29% to Dyson.
So I'm going to get to him on FanDuel for sure. I don't know about DK actually. I got 4 4-man stacks. So So 3% 4-man stacks.
Okay. No Reddit for T McBee.
Oh, okay. So I remember him watching our stream like probably the first day. I just remember that name.
Yeah. Because I used to always say TMCB, and then I think Chris called him T McBee. And then that was just it. But none of that has to even be correct.
No.
But it's just now I see it, and it's just T McBee.
Me too.
I wonder where Gong ranks in Josh's model. He doesn't.
He's not playing.
Not trying to get a pinch hit home run here. Although that certainly adds to the degree of difficulty if you need to do it.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous that it's 6:39. I have all of my lineups in on FanDuel and DraftKings, and barring a late scratch, like, I'm just good.
Just wait for the late scratch at 2 minutes to lock. It'll be like Rhys Hoskins.
I wouldn't be happy about that. Who's your most exposed hitter on DraftKings right now?
Most exposed hitter. Yasmani Randall and Travis Shaw are tied.
Okay.
28%.
Okay. I have 47% Lindor.
47? I can't even disagree with that.
Yeah.
I mean, point per dollar probably grades out as one of the best values. So even if you're not stacking Cleveland, like, just go Lindor, Ramirez, mini stack, go Lindor, I don't know, Santana, mini stack, something like that. Yeah. I've got no idea with that.
He's my number one target score per dollar guy, and it's by like a lot over Trout.
That doesn't often happen.
No, I mean, $4,700 price tag will do that to you.
For sure.
What can we touch on?
What do you think about Boyd? Did we talk about him?
We didn't talk about Boyd. I have 1% on DK. I have flat 0 on FanDuel. Let me hop over to that game in the sheet. He's not a guy I like ever get.
He's all of a sudden become good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, so do you prefer Boyd to Peacock?
No, not exposure wise.
Okay.
I think let's see where Boyd is at actually right now. Boyd, yeah, so I guess I'm more over the field on Boyd compared to Peacock. I have 10%, so basically double the field on Boyd, and I'm right around the field on Peacock.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I was going to have a ton of Peacock today on FanDuel. He was only at 5% this morning when you guys were doing the show. And I was like, oh, God, I'm going to have 40. But it's limited itself a little bit. He's up to 13 on FanDuel now. Ooh, just knocked over my notepad.
There you go.
Yellow legal pads, people. You do it all. It's the key to it all.
I'm more of a yellow Post-its kind of guy.
No Post-its for me anymore. They remind me too much of going into an office and hating my life.
So I've never gone into an office.
Try to keep it that way, brother.
I'm very much trying to keep it that way.
All right, let's take some questions. This is a pretty unique slate. So people, drop them in. Premium Slack. We'll get the priority. YouTube chat. Come with the goods. Want to build? Do you want to look at crunches or build? Do you want to build a lineup?
Let's build a lineup.
Okay.
Let's see where we would hand build because we don't hand build often.
No, we do not. All right, pulling it up now. We're gonna hand build DK.
Why don't we hand build on Yahoo?
Good idea, Jake. Company man.
So I have 5 lineups on Yahoo. I missed the $10, but I have 5 in the $5. So I am
no lineup builder for Yahoo right now. Still working on that.
Oh, that's right. Maybe we could crunch on Yahoo.
We could.
Maybe
we'll crunch out a lineup for Yahoo and we'll sort through it a little bit.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right. Let me bring up Yahoo. I have all my projections and stuff ready, so we're no extra work at least. How do you want to set up stacks?
I've been running the 6-mans. I don't know about you.
Okay.
I like the ability to be able to do a 6-man stack, whereas you can't do that on other sites. So
All right, I'll set it. I'm gonna set it to 6. The rest of I won't put on another stack. There, we'll fill out